Bench Banter, the Bench Banter Show, episode 5, featuring the illustrious Zach N.H. So, the fabulously dressed Juicy Vinyl, and the heartbroken Tyler. Tyler, I don't even want to cut you off, bro. I know what it's like to get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. Take the cuffs off, buddy. How are you feeling?
He needs
Oh, he's
that.
pouring up. He's
He
pouring
need
up.
that. Bottoms up, ladies. Holy. He needed that. Oh, that too. Oh, that
Last
was a
night,
good one.
I went to a party. My mood was heavily affected. Every time the Sens win a game, I keep the jersey on. I was going to show up. It was a red party. Fireball. Going to show up in my red jersey. Chose a red shirt instead. I felt ashamed. I drank about 10 to 15 shots of Fireball to cope with absolute devastation of a team that I thought could have made an ECF run. But of course, we had to face the best seed in the Metro. I mean, listen, did I want the Canes? Yeah, I
Y'all
did.
did. Y'all did.
You wanted the Canes.
You
I
got
wanted
the
Canes
Canes.
because I wanted what came after them.
You
Which is
wanted the
what?
Canes because you thought they'd be more of a pushover than Buffalo. But go on. Here, let's not interrupt
Dude,
the
look
man,
what they're
Zach.
doing to
We'll clown
Boston
on
right
him
now.
after.
Look what they do in the Boston right now, though. Like they
It's
were
okay,
still a
buddy.
tough
Go
matchup.
on. Just go on. This isn't about any better team than yours. This is about your awful team. Let it out. He's pouring a second
He
drink.
needs another one. Holy.
He needs
can't-
another one.
I can't. I've had a little therapy session last night, gotten drunk, because I just can't fathom the idea that in offense that was averaging over 3 goals a game, got 4 goals the entire series. Why are you so fucking happy right now? Why are you
Go
so
on.
fucking happy? Where's your team?
Go on.
Man. Linus Ullmark had a legacy playoff series. Absolutely stepped up. That's the franchise goalie. That's the guy I want to keep around for the rest of his contract. Absolutely. I mean, I wanted to before, but it's like without shadow of a doubt. I'm really fucking disappointed in our offense. There's nobody I'm more disappointed in our offense because we had good defensive numbers in this series. You can make that you can throw your hands up. You know it's true. We had good defensive numbers. Yes, the problem was we played the only team I would say in the league that was better defensively than us, which is the Carolina Hurricanes. You can make those faces all you want, but you know it's true. You know what Ottawa can do. And here's the thing.
Not a word of it. Finish your
We
meltdown,
lost
and then Zach and I will
Anderson
bring you
throughout the
back down to
series.
earth.
But then our offense, like Logan Stankoven put the leash on us and took us for a walk every fucking game. Taylor Hall's a rat, but he also was taking us for a spin. Drake Batherson was the only guy who could generate offense on this entire team. And him and Cousins are the only 2 fucking players who scored an NHL hockey goal this entire fucking series. That is a real fucking stat. Only 2. Timmy, really hard time driving play. He did a lot better in the later half of the series, but in the first half was just yikes. Brady, he fucking ghosted on us. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Brady had easily the most disappointing playoff performance out of all the guys. Like Timmy, like there's people who give Timmy shit, and I do agree he wasn't good either. But it's like one was taking egregiously bad penalties and just struggling to even drive play. I don't know if guys were just playing injured and if it was just the result of needing to play 700 hockey for the last 3 months to just make a playoff spot, to make a wild card spot. But
Third drink.
man,
Wow.
I gave you 4 minutes right there, just like you said.
Where
Okay, time
where
out.
do
Hold on,
we?
hold on.
Right now,
Hold on.
Zach's
I'm
calling
looking at the
time
counter
out.
right now. We're at 5 minutes. I gave
I
you
was
a
just
solid-
about to get Tyler really fired up.
You have some receipts coming.
Okay, you gave me
For
4
the
minutes.
shit
That's
you were
perfect.
saying
Sorry
yesterday.
about that.
Do you know how
So-
a receipt works? Go on.
Tyler, where do we go from here? Talk to Sens Nation. You're the president of Sens Nation. What do you say to them? Where do we go from here? What's the
I
plan?
actually wrote down a few things yesterday
Let's hear
after the
'em.
game. I needed a few hours to calm down, I'll be honest. And I was fighting with Wings fans, but eventually I calmed down, right? And I wrote last night, I tried to get Danhausen to curse the Sens enemies. That was my first step. I tried to get Danhausen to curse the Sens enemies. $20 human were on the table. No response, unfortunately. So I have a few ideas for where we can go from here because I don't think because you went on our Twitter page and said that the Sens need to tear it all down, sell everybody, rebuild again. First off, fuck you.
That tweet was
Second
Zach.
off-
That tweet was Zach. That
That
tweet
was
was
me.
Zach.
That was me.
Everything
That was me.
everything in all
Zach-
lowercase was Juicy
Zach,
No, no,
Vinyl.
brother,
That was me. That was me.
Get your head out of your ass. Let me tell you something, okay?
Listen, my
You're
team's
telling
in
me
it.
that a team
My
that's
head's
one of the
perfectly
best
where it
defensive
is.
numbers in the fucking league. You're telling me that a Linus Allmark 930 performance. You're telling me you need to tear down from there after what?
Stop
second fucking
projecting.
playoff
You're
appearance?
sounding like a Leafs fan. Don't project your anger on teams that are
You
better
know
than
how
yours.
many fucking
Talk-
series it took you to win one with that fucking core?
But they
We are
won.
on year
They won against the
2
Sens.
being a
Oh,
fucking
we
How
never
many-
got swept though.
How many
You lost
series
to a
has
Zamboni
the
driver.
Sens
You
won
lost
against
a
the
fucking
Leafs?
NHL hockey game to a Zamboni driver. That's worse. You blew a 3-1 lead to a team that was 18th place in the fucking league. That's worse. We got
We
swept
beat you
by the
last
best
year
team in the
though.
fucking East.
We beat you last year though.
Boys, I
You
live for
lost
these
in
moments.
5 to the PDO Merchants last year, Zach. I don't want to fucking hear it.
And you lost in
We
6
still
to
made
us,
it.
baby.
We still made it this
You-
year.
we
This
lost
year we made
In
it.
6 on our
Here.
first ride. I
To
don't
the
think that's
Leafs. To the known
Leafs.
first
You
round
fucking
chokers.
led us to the lead. You
To the
literally faced the
known
most
first
inexperienced
round
playoff
chokers.
team out of all the fucking first round runs that you've had.
Listen.
I
Mhm.
would
The
say that
Habs,
what happened to Tampa
at least the
was
Habs
worse than
beat
what
the
happened
Leafs
to us
in the
when
first
you played
round.
Tampa because they were coming off fucking 3 finals appearances.
Yeah, well, Gary
We just
Bettman, when
made
you
it for
have
the
the
first
Gary
fucking
Bettman
time.
favoritism, at least we made that finals appearance, okay? You know, you're here glazing Allmark like he's Carey Price, but the team is like the
Even at
2021
9:30.
Habs. This is exactly like the
next
2021 Habs.
What are you talking about?
All I hear is 4. Not in 4, but
My
4.
God.
They're
4,
supposed to
baby.
Listen.
Here.
You're talking all of
Is
this
Linus Allmark
for a
supposed to
team
score
that
goals,
needs a
Zachary?
little bit of spring cleaning. A little bit of spring cleaning here is in order. You know what I mean? Let's get the brooms out. A little
Bro,
bit of
I can
spring
smell
cleaning
the
here.
asbestos in your fucking wall,
It
mutilating your
doesn't
brain.
matter, bro. Dude,
Bro, that
spring
shit
cleaning.
nasty as fuck.
Tyler,
There you go.
respectfully,
Room that dirty is that
respectfully,
fucking paste.
let's agree on something here. I did not mention the Toronto Maple Leafs to start this episode. The first person that brought up the Toronto Maple Leafs was you.
Because you were saying shit on
So
Twitter.com.
So much for Ontario being red. The fact that we live rent-free. And you know what? I gotta say, to the
What
fans
time's the Leafs
watching at
game?
home, you can see what I'm wearing right now. I got my
Oh,
cap
it was
on.
red. Look what you're wearing.
I got my jersey on. Right. I got my Leafs gear on. Another Ontario team swept out in the first round, whose captain underperformed severely, whose flashy star player did absolutely nothing when it mattered most. Our teams are exactly the same. And because of that, I'm wearing my Leafs blue today. I'm looking good in it. I feel like a real Toronto Maple Leafs fan wearing the jersey of a winner. But here, Tyler, where do we go from here? Where do we
All
go
right.
from here?
I
Who's
have the
got to
note.
go? Who do you want to stay? Who do you want to see gone? Are you about to blow it up like Toronto did with Mitch Marner?
Nope.
No.
I actually have a few notes.
He believes in his core.
Here's the thing. We actually, in my opinion, this isn't that much of a disappointment. Don't get me wrong. It still sucks to get swept. But we accomplished something that this franchise hasn't done in a decade. I'll be honest with you. We made
You
the
made it to
playoffs
playoffs.
back-to-back. It's back-to-back, though. We haven't done that since 2012-13. So, first step already, I'd say the second step, honestly, in the path to being a contender's completed. You're a consistent playoff team. We made it last year. That's great. But you had to do it again. We did it
Consistent
again.
wild card
What the
team.
fuck
I
are you
agree.
looking at me for like that? Like that wasn't the goal of the Montreal Canadiens near the late
No,
2010s.
Tyler,
to
listen,
try and be
the
consistent.
last year, the Senators of last year are significantly better than the Sens of this year.
That's not even true.
That
We
is
just have
true,
worse
bro.
It's
goaltending.
true,
The
and they're still a
Sens,
wild card team.
the Sens were comfortably in that Atlantic spot last year to make the playoffs, and they won
They weren't.
more than one game
But
in
they
that
weren't.
playoff series to the Leafs.
They
This
weren't
year, they barely made it because of
because
tiebreakers
other
and
teams
got
got better.
swept by a team that the Habs own.
Who? The Canes?
Yes.
That's not the same Canes team that you faced.
If
Well,
you get
fuck
swept
That is
in the
me.
first
Canes
round,
team than you faced.
here, Zach, hold on here. Let's bury the hatchet. Let's hear Tyler out. What do you think happens? Who are the bad players? Who are the good players? Who stays? Who do you want gone? What's it looking like next year?
Okay, so Allmark staying, obviously. You got to keep the core. I'm going to be honest. You got to make some changes around. You should probably make some trades. I
Get rid of
think
Brady.
you got to make some big moves in the offseason. You got to go trade for some goal scorers. We need goal scorers We really need fucking goal scorers. That's been my
Right.
thing all year, but it's never been more evident than now. Like, go get some at the draft. Go trade. There's some really good buy low candidates that would make the team automatically better on offense. Kyrou, McCann, hell, even throw what you can at Robert Thomas if you need. Like, we have the cap space to make those moves, and you can
Rob
also move some guys out too to make that possible.
Robert Thomas is renowned for his playmaking, not his goal scoring. It goes to show that the smartest Sens
But you
fan is
still
still
need
not
left
that
wing depth.
bright. But
He's
go
a
on.
winger, but he's a winger. He's a winger. You could throw that, but more the goal
Robert
scoring,
Thomas
more
is a
it's about.
centerman.
I'd like Jared McCann. I really want them to go get Jared McCann. I really think that Seattle is going to start selling this offseason, and they're going to try and rebuild again. The St. Louis is also a team that's going to fire sale at the draft. I can see them selling off a lot of guys in the offseason, especially a guy like Kyrou, because they've drafted so many winger prospects. You got I forget how you pronounce his name, Snuggerud,
That's exactly
coming
it.
up. It's not a system built for Kyra anymore. I don't see him being a part of the plan next year. So, coaches, Travis Green can
Boy,
stay. Travis Green can stay. Mike Yeo can stay. Mike Yeo got moved to the penalty kill, and they were 4th in the league at penalty kill. Power play coach, goalie coach, gone. You got it. You got to go. You got to go, especially in a series where you went 1 for 17 on the power play. Unacceptable. If you're best in class, you
On
got to get rid of
14
those guys.
5-on-3s,
And I
by the way.
understand that might be. I know it was Nolan Baumgartner. It was Alfie. I think Alfie is a guy you can't completely fire. But what I do think, I don't think he should be on the bench, but rather I think he should be in the front office. I think if you can move him to an assistant GM role or like head of player development, I think that would be a lot better suited for him because I look at what he's done for Timmy Stu in his defensive game. Resign Spence, whatever space we were giving Nick Jensen, just give that to Jordan Spence. I think he earned it. I think he earned at least a 3x3, 3x4. Keep Yak up. Keep Yak up. Like, you have your right-handers, Zub, Yak, Spence, and then give Halliday more of a chance in the lineup because we need better offense generation next year. Or if you want to move him for, again, big piece, that works as well. Sign a vet goalie July 1st to have in the system. Sign Levy, bring him back up. Have a vet goalie in the system as a safety net.
Allmark?
What the fuck? Like a real veteran goalie, not a Reimer.
Reimer?
Hell no. Reimer can fucking leave.
Toronto legend.
that
James
was your
Reimer.
veteran, Leafs legend.
No, but having a good veteran goalie in the system as a safety net for Levy, like from the get-go, would handle our system a lot better, especially if we get a better goalie coach. We need to get rid of our goalie coach. That's not
I
a
know.
statement on the series. It's more of a statement on the season. Justin Peters has not produced a single 900 saves goalie in his tenure as a Sens goalie coach.
What about Magnus Hellberg? Call him back up.
I don't think Hellberg was ever going to be that guy in our system, unfortunately.
He was
were
never that guy
goalie-
in your system, but you want a
But-
veteran goaltender. There's a guy.
I would for
I know
sure.
who your
If
vet
he-
goalie should be.
If he's cheap, take him. Why not? Honestly, we were such, because also having a vet goalie in the system could also help in Belleville. We signed Beckman. We got Parsons coming in and out. That could be good for development too, to have veteran presence around.
I know who your
So-
vet goalie should be.
Hmm?
Canes legend, David Ayers.
Bring him in.
Bring him in.
He
That's
worked
your vet
wonders
goalie.
against our team.
Yeah,
Look,
he worked
if
wonders.
your entire goal is to clown on
He
Leafs
knows the
fans
ice.
he knows the ice.
He knows the ice.
If your goal as an organization is to make fun of a team that doesn't think about you more than once a year, you might
Maybe
want to
4
go
times
for
a
it.
year.
If you, nobody pays attention to those Tuesday night and February games, Tyler. But look, if your entire goal
You don't know puck.
is to pretend that the Leafs are worse than the Senators somehow, buddy, just remember, we won the same number of playoff games this year, my friend. We won the same number of playoff games.
Do we have the same amount of appearances this year?
Well, yes,
semantics.
technically, yeah. You guys-
Semantics. With how poorly the Sens played this series, I'd say yes. Unbelievable. So, Tyler, I'm hearing this is the Sens clown episode, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler, what I'm hearing is to win a hockey game, you want your team to score more goals, to lose less games, to have better goaltending, and to be tougher. Is that what I'm hearing?
Better goaltending coaching.
Better
Better
goaltending
system,
coaching.
better-
I'm sorry.
Well, there's a big difference because our goalie coach was really dog shit at workload management. He would give our starter 8 games in a row and then throw in the backup for 1. And then 1, he overworked Allmark. Number 2, didn't let Levy get into a groove of his own. So then, yeah.
So your idea is to pick up guys for cheap in hopes that they perform better on the Senators system. Is that correct?
I think if you give Stützle a guy like Cairo on his line, or
We're
even a
not even
McCann,
we're not even getting to the discussion of the players
if
you
you
named
want to
because
keep Brady on the
I've got some
second
strong
line and you
words.
want to get Jared McCann, that would be perfect. He needs a shot. He needs a shot
So
on his line.
my question to you is, you said you want better players and you want less bad players and you want better coaching and better special teams.
Yeah, of course.
Why didn't anyone think of that before?
I don't think it was a revolution. I'm not talking about it like it's some
It
revolutionary idea.
it's simply revolutionary. The fact that you're saying the Sens need to dump their bad players, get their good players, and then get the ball rolling.
Because I think Steady Steve was just taking his time with the first 2 years. I'm going to be honest with you. He wasn't trying to change too much. Like, don't get me wrong. He changed shit that needed to be changed. But for the most part, it was get better goalie. Got your Vezina caliber goalie. Get some, cup winning vets. Even if they weren't that good, you could still bring experience to a lineup that isn't experienced. Move. He wasn't making the big moves, but he was making better hockey decisions. Like, especially around the deadline, getting rid of Perron and bringing in Fogle. Immediate upgrade, I'm going to be honest with you. And we even got I think we got a conditional pick. Oh, no, we gave a conditional pick with Perron and got some picks back. So that's not that bad of a trade. Now, if you want to really push yourself, we pushed ourselves. We're a consistent playoff team. Now you got to push yourself to a contender. What are you making it twice in a row?
Consistent playoff team is a team that makes wild card 2 years in a row. Zach, are you hearing this?
I mean, to be fair,
Is that
last
not a
year
playoff spot?
they did
Tyler-
make the division.
Tyler, respectfully, let me burst your bubble. Jared McCann is the king of middle six forwards in Seattle. Yes, he had a 40-goal season. Yes, that was the year Seattle made it to the second round because they ran 4 second lines and they just swarmed you. Jared McCann is never better than Brady Tkachuk. I don't think Jared McCann, in a world where Jared McCann, Leafs legend, by the way, ends up on the Sens, I do not think he usurps Brady Tkachuk's 1L spot.
Okay, fair enough. But we've been moving Brady to the second line this year to try and build up some depth. So the idea
look at how well
here,
that's been working.
I mean, it worked in the last few games. Not in the playoffs, but it worked in regular season. So the idea there is but our left wing core is fucking weak. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's weak. It is so weak that I don't think Ridley Gregg has played his natural position in like 2 years.
Hallelujah.
He hasn't. You have to figure that part out because you need wingers. We really need left wing because it went for a while. It was like Brady, yes. And then Perron was top 6 minutes in the whole year of 2025. And even though we were an offense scoring 3 goals a game, that was still not enough. We sent his ass away because he got slower and slower and didn't fit the system as the year went on.
Well, why don't you call up Alex Formington? He put up a solid 18 goals the year that he left.
Man, he's fucking trash.
I mean, if the Sens are that desperate, maybe they need Carter Hart in the pipes, respectfully.
Absolutely not. Ew. Carter
Does he get
Hart?
undressed by Utah again?
You know who was, if we were doing scrub of the week, you know who my scrub of the week would be? Easily Carter Hart.
Well, we're not going there yet.
We're not going there yet.
Yeah, we're not going
we'll
there
get there
yet.
later.
You're going from like not even talking stage to I'm in a relationship. You know,
He was the one who brought it up.
So,
not me.
Zach, I think you and I got to take over. Look, realistically, you and I both knew. I have suffered from Leafs fan first round delusion before. Zach, last year you got bounced by Washington. But I know you thought they'd go the distance.
No, I didn't. I knew they were getting their ass whooped.
So he's brilliant. Okay. But point being, anyone who's not a Sens fan looked at this team and thought, not a chance. It's a miracle they're here. I didn't once think the Senators, I didn't think once the Senators would make it out of the first round. I think Sens fans talked a lot of trash on a much smaller, miraculously, somehow, the small Ottawa Senators franchise talked a lot of trash on the equally small, perhaps smaller, Carolina Hurricanes organization, saying they played a trap system, saying they played too weak offensively. I'm sorry. They've proved that defense wins games. Sometimes your coach is just better. Your coach is just better. I mean,
Defense
my God,
does.
Rod Brindamore gets everything out of those guys.
Defense
I didn't
wins.
think once for a second the Sens stood a chance against the Hurricanes, but
Mm-hmm.
I had faith. I
You
had
know-
faith in the Sens.
I
Partially
had
because
no
I'm
faith.
Canadian, right? No,
I'm
partially
not
because I'm
blind.
Canadian. I wanted, Canadian representation in the playoffs. That was not Canadian representation that we saw yesterday. But listen, if Arbor Xhekaj is putting out more points than Brady Tkachuk is, what does that say about him as a captain, as a player?
Let's talk about Brady Tkachuk, because anomalously, I'm starting to draw parallels between Austin Matthews, my captain, and Brady Tkachuk, the Sens captain.
2 Americans too, lazy as fuck.
Both players do nothing in the playoffs. Both players are lauded by their fan bases for how much they're doing outside of goal scoring. Last year it was Austin Matthews, but he's blocking shots and he's playing the tough positions and he's defensively brilliant. This year, Sens fans were talking about Brady Tkachuk's physical game, the fights, the intangibles. I'm just starting to think maybe our captains, both of which are lauded for their goal scoring ability, are more similar than we thought.
My captain, I can't relate.
You can't.
Oh,
Nick
God,
Suzuki.
and
Nick Suzuki.
I'm not saying he's that good. I'm not
I'll
saying
admit
he's that good. I'm not saying he's that exceptional. I'm just
I'm
saying
gonna
he's
say
a
he's that exceptional. I'm taking Nick Suzuki over Brady
Wow.
Tkachuk every day of the
Wow.
week. Twice
Even
on
Austin
Sundays.
Matthews. Even Austin Matthews. Even Austin
Let's
Matthews.
not go that far.
no,
Let's take a
Because
breath.
it's true. It's true.
Let's take a break here.
Nick Suzuki did more at the Olympics for a team he didn't captain than Austin Matthews did for a
Well,
team he captained. And sure, that ended up being a gold medal, but that they could have won that without Matthews.
Respectfully, at least the Habs have won a game.
2, actually.
Tyler, closing thoughts.
Tyler, I love you, by the way.
What I don't.
Why?
I'm enjoying the amount of pain in your voice. I'm enjoying how sad you're looking right now, Tyler. Respectfully, with love and respects to you, the person, my friend, whom I film a podcast with and whom I talk to regularly, utmost respect to you, my friend. Your team got clowned on. I am loving it.
Fair enough. I'd be loving it too, because I remember when the Sens were missing and the Leafs were fucking up. I was doing all that shit talk too. So fair
He's
enough.
talking about the Leafs again. Who brought them up but him? Closing words, Tyler. What do you have to say about the Senators? If you could send one message to Sens Nation, what would that message be?
It's not over yet.
Well,
And when I say it's not, I'm not talking about the playoffs. This series,
Okay.
that series is over.
Okay.
oh, okay.
In terms of this
Never mind.
core, what the Sens can do, not over. There's a lot of if you improve the offense and you keep the defense consistent and goaltending consistent from what you saw in the playoff series, and you improve the offense, that's a team that beats most other teams that were in the playoffs this year. But we don't live in a land of what if. So you have to build this team to be the best team it could possibly be. And you have the foundation to do so.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Absolutely
A
beautiful.
round of
Just
applause
poetry.
for that. Honestly, I think that
round
merits a
of applause for Tyler. What a beautiful thought to end the segment on.
Oh,
Two Hurricanes fans go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Ba-da-ba. Guess who's back again? Pesky
The
Sens.
Raptors just when I thought the sweep wasn't devastating enough, I have received a distressing transmission from a Habs fan that I know. He sent me a video that was found on Sens Reddit the other day. So Kyle Ivan, famous for jinxing this team twice in a row. We
Twice.
thought it was just the last few years him doing the song 2 covered by Blur, then Without Me by Eminem. It turns out the rabbit hole was a lot deeper than we expected. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Ivan is a bigger threat to the Sens organization than we once expected. There is a video of him from 2017, May 17th, I believe, either 15th or 17th. He is outside. We'll play the video later when we make those clips, but there's video of him outside PPG Paints Arena with a guitar to the tune of the good old hockey game. He's singing about beating the Pens' ass, Boucher's system, getting owned by Carlson and Andy, how the Pens can't keep up. They're the defending champs. We're going to whip their ass in 5. He quotes it with hashtag Sens in 5, hashtag Sens v Pens. And he went on a radio station the very next day to sing this song. It is very, very, very real. I had to double check this. It was very distressing. It found on Reddit. I checked his Facebook account. These are real posts that he has not taken down. These are very, very, very real. So,
For context, here's the clip.
Hello out there, we're at the Penguins there, and it's just after midnight. See, the Sens just kicked the Penguins' ass, we sure lit up that goal light. As for the Pens, it seems they can only get one goal per game. The defending champs are gone like that, well, it sure won't be a shame. Hey, the Sens will win in 5, and the Penguins won't survive, cause they don't know how to play against the Boucher system game. Alright, now listen up. See if you feels right and you dig the hype that a Senators fans display. And you wanna cheer for a hockey team the good old-fashioned Ottawa way. Then jump right into our bandwagon and be part of our scene. Cause we'll all meet on Elgin Street for the Canada's hockey team. Oh, the Sens will win in 5, but God's finger will survive. And our house will be insane at the next Sens hockey game. Woo! I'm Kyle Avenich. Go Sens, go!
Kyle, please put the guitar down. Put the guitar down. Go
Three
sing your.
songs.
I mean, you got a great voice. You're very
Yeah.
skilled on the guitar.
Yeah.
Don't quit your music career. Just quit making music for the Sens. That's all I ask. Keep do your thing. Do your thing elsewhere. We don't. No more, please.
Hey, Kyle, if you ever want to make a bench banter jingle for us, hit us up on Instagram.
Kyle, respectfully, as a Leafs fan, I love your music. I think you should keep the songs going. I think you should put one out before every single game, Kyle Ivan. Please keep making music. I love to hear it. It
No, they're
makes me
catchy.
feel warm inside. It makes me feel warm inside.
They're very catchy. They're very catchy. I
Not
find
even-
myself listening to them on repeat.
The music does not matter. It's about the goal behind.
Feel
Okay.
warm inside. You're wearing 2 jerseys, dipshit.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Juicy.
God bless. God bless. What was I talking about? What, you
Utah.
want me to go?
Or did you want me to
Utah.
like introduce the segment?
Well, you wanted to talk about Utah. I'm
Yes,
happy
okay.
to just let it fly.
Okay. Ladies, Utah played their first playoff home game.
Yeah, they did.
And that
You
barn
guys-
was rocking. Montreal of the South? Not anymore. Montreal is the new Utah of the North. That's
Montreal's in Salt Lake City, baby.
exactly like Carolina. Who? Nah, it's all Salt Lake City now. And that barn was buzzing. The boys, they were so ready to go. I watched that game after the Habs Lane Hudson overtime winner, and I felt over the moon to see them win that game against the villain of the league, the Vegas Golden Knights. I enjoyed seeing them put up for an undressed Carter Hart. I enjoyed seeing this. I enjoyed seeing Torts be pissed on the bench and then not pull Hart to not play Aiden Hill. I enjoyed it all from start to finish.
And I'm baffled by that decision watching that game. I thought Carter Hart, okay, you play him as a starter with a very tight leash. I said that several episodes ago.
That's
But
right.
for Torts to never once consider putting in Aiden Hill, for him to not have a single second, must just be commentary on how Torts really feels about Hill. I thought there'd be a little bit of space given to Hill at some point too. Look, he hasn't played so well at the end of the regular season. I thought he would have the opportunity to go back to the playoffs and show playoff Aiden Hill, prime playoff Aiden Hill. You know, because he's proven it. He does have his cup, and he wasn't a slouch the year that Vegas won his cup. But he's disappeared. Torts is rocking Carter Hart the whole time, and I, as a Mammoth fan, am loving it. I love to see it. If
Lawson
you are not
Krause.
watching the Utah Mammoth series, you are cheating yourself out of the most entertaining North-South hockey that has been played in 20 years.
Lawson Krause, 2 goals on that game too.
Absolutely beautiful player. And that's a guy you should not count on to score more than 1 or 2 goals a series. Lawson Krause is a very talented player. And people don't seem to talk about him as much because he's on the Utah Mammoth and nobody talks about them. That guy's just an absolute monster. That guy's a psychopath. I fully believe he'd be a criminal if not for being a professional hockey player. Very fun to watch. I like the contributions that Logan Cooley has had. I like the ability of Dylan Gunther to run around on the ice. Schmaltz has been okay. That defense core in Utah is just outrageous. I mean, Mackenzie Weegar seems to have the game live and die by where he puts himself on the ice. Special, special player.
What I enjoyed seeing the most was after Vejmelka made a few very big saves, you could hear the crowd chanting, Veggie, Veggie. And just, wow, absolute stellar performance by the Utah Mammoth from minute 0 to minute 60. I love watching hockey games where my team is not playing because it doesn't affect me, doesn't affect my emotions. It does, I couldn't care less.
You
But
could just enjoy
love
the sport.
exactly. And I love seeing a good underdog story. And that includes the Utah Mammoth. 2 years ago, they weren't even a team. They were playing in a high school barn down in Arizona. Now they're in the playoffs, and what is it? 2-1 series lead against Vegas.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Vegas is a good team too. Let's not discredit them. Vegas is a really good team.
I just think, and it seems like we're seeing this across every playoff bracket. We're seeing it in Montreal too. The younger, faster, hungrier teams start to fight back against the Grizzly Bears.
Yes.
Montreal's looked
And you
unreal
said
against
it.
Tampa.
You said it. I had Tampa in 5. That's over now. You said that Tampa was a grizzly bear ready to maul you, but there's a way bigger horse in the back waiting to trample you, and his name is Josh Anderson. Okay, we'll keep that for later. But no, speaking of Montreal though, gentlemen, if you don't mind, Lane Hudson overtime winner, 90.1 mile an hour shot.
It was a nice goal.
I did the math on that. That is roughly 138 kilojoules of energy put from his stick to the puck for it to go that fast at his height and weight.
What a bizarre measurement to use.
That is the equivalent of getting slammed in the body by a sledgehammer after at least 6 swings. That's
actually rather impressive then, isn't it?
That is a slightly below average Arbor Jackeye shot. Wow. And it went in, and you could hear it. And you could hear on the TNT broadcast. I don't know why Sportsnet muted it, but you could hear how hard it hit the floor. It hit the floor really hard. But no, I enjoy seeing this Montreal crowd. Absolutely electric for Cournoyer bringing out that flame. And what a home crowd. You couldn't, I've seen this on Twitter before from some people. They don't talk about Montreal because they know Montreal is the gold standard when it comes to a home fan base. And, I could sit here and stroke my own ego as a Habs fan, but I have to say, I love seeing other barns get filled and have loud fans too. It's nice seeing the league grow. I just wish other teams knew their place. You're great. You have a great home fan base. Again, you're not the Bell Center. It's the truth. It's the truth.
So who's a guy at Montreal you want to see more out of? A guy whose contributions you haven't been impressed with yet? Because
Caulfield
got one on Utah. Caulfield.
And I'll explain why after you tell me who's your Utah guy.
Jason Paterka. Look, you had a bit of a down year, 15-point decline from the year prior. You fit the system better. I think you look good, Jason. I like you. But at some point, you're going to need to give me one to get behind. You're the player I've got the optic on because you weren't a Coyote. If you're going to be on my team wearing my colors, you better play like you mean it.
Which
I need
team?
to see something out of you, Carolina, Minnesota, Dallas. No, of Utah, baby, my real team, where my heart is. Who's your guy, Zach? Who's your guy?
Caulfield, listen, buddy, I understand you didn't win the Rocket because of fat-ass McKinnon with the empty netters that he couldn't do at the Olympics, apparently, but that doesn't mean you have to completely, pump the brakes there, bud. 51 goals is still very impressive. It's still remarkable. It's an achievement, and for that, I think you deserve the Rocket. If it were to me, we wouldn't even include the empty netters. That seems unfair, but you know what? The system is the way it is right now.
For a statistical award, he's doing.
Listen. It's the way the system is right now is how it is, and I just have to live with it.
Yeah,
I find it unfair. But what am I going to do? Cry about it?
Do you?
The one
Zach,
who scores the most goals should win the Rocket.
Should it include empty netters though?
It's a goal.
Yes.
Why?
Those are still goals. Goals.
Listen, opinions at the end of the day. I think it's unfair. You guys think it's fair. What am I going to? I'm not going to cry about it. It sucks. He'll win it another year. He's still very young. Tyler, buddy, pump the brakes. Pump the
He
brakes.
pulls out the
Pump the
broom.
brakes. Pump,
Bro.
pump.
He's eating
Pump
the
the brakes.
lint off the broom as he keeps pulling it up. It's
It
crazy.
doesn't
so-
matter. You're focusing on the wrong details. Listen, no Caulfield, score me a goal tonight. Score me a goal
Yes.
tonight. As of recording this, it is Sunday, April 26th. Score me a goal tonight, and everything I just said won't matter anymore.
It
What I
just feels
enjoyed
like
seeing,
Tampa has his number. It just feels like Tampa has him figured out. The tape is out on Caulfield. They figured out
Yeah.
how to shut him up. Not for lack of trying, he's not scoring goals because he's
Yeah.
had some electric
He's
moments.
trying.
He's
yes.
had 2 posts, but not for lack of trying. It just feels like it's not his series, and
But
that's
that's
okay.
that's the Marty St. Louis trap, and I'm not saying it's a typical trap, and it's not very known. But he's gonna focus his top line guys. He's gonna make sure you focus on them. You're gonna leave 6 guys wide open. We've seen Kirby Dach score one. No Instagram Kirby Dach is similar to McDavid. I'm saying this. This might be sacrilege, but I'm saying this guy's a different beast. I don't condone the death threats. I think he played a little ass, but really telling the guy to kill himself, come on now, let's show a little more class. Texier too, great goal to open the scoring on Friday. Great goal. It was beautiful, Vive la France. I was cheering that in my apartment. My
The
neighbors
French
fucking hate me.
legend.
Yes,
The
exactly.
French legend.
And what's funny too is that there's a TikTok from the national France hockey team that they put out, and most of them were cheering for the Habs because of Texier. I think being the only France player in the league currently. I could be wrong, Andrew. You might know this stat a little bit better than I do, but and Bolduc, I think he had 2 points that night. Lane Hudson goal to win it in overtime. Listen, Slav, I wanted to see more from Slav too. How do you go from game 1 overtime Hattie to nothing? Suzuki, I'm enjoying his game too. I hope to see more from him. Those are the top line essentially. I'm asking more from them. Goaltending. Dobesh is a demon. I've been telling this, Andrew. I remember you were talking shit about Jacob Dobesh. You said he wasn't our
Shut
guy.
up. I shut
You
up.
said he wasn't our guy, bro. Listen, he's this is something he's been doing since he came to the States or came to North America at 16. He plays aggressive. He is 6'4", and he will come out of his crease to cover every single angle that you can get and back up a little. Sure, it bit him in the ass a few times, like that Kucherov goal to tie it in game 2, but it works out, and you have Fowler too. Like Fowler, you can't shake the guy. You can shake Dobesh a little, you can get in his head a little, but Fowler, you just zen. You can't get in his head. That's what I love about my tandem. No, but I'm glad I shut you up, Andrew. With all due respect, all love.
No, I get it. Look, I'll take it. For the record, I had to fact check myself. I thought Alex Texier was the only one. There is another French-born player who has played in the NHL in the last 3 years that is not Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. I'll give you guys one guess which team he was on. This is a name that you would not know. This is a player whose name you would not know, but he last played in the NHL in 2023.
You're talking about this year.
Okay, well, you're sort of ruining my moment here.
Okay,
Zach.
who is it? Tell me.
It's Pierrick Dubé from Lyon, France. 25 years old, currently signed by the Bridgeport Islanders. He played 3 NHL games for the Washington Capitals in the 23-24 campaign.
Nice.
Is that really an NHL career to begin with?
I mean, he's got more games than the 3 of us put together, my friend. I'd say so.
That's true. Yeah, okay, fair.
I give him that.
What a great game. I'm saying now my prediction might change. It can't be Tampa in 5 anymore. I have to say maybe the Poutine parade might be right. Habs in 6.
Brings it home. I don't know, man. I still had Tampa in 6. I'm gonna stick with that.
We'll see tonight for sure.
I think Tampa digs deeper and brings it back.
Listen, Alexandre Carrier absolutely juked Kucherov and made him slam into the boards. I enjoyed seeing that. I think if you can shut down Kucherov, the other pieces will just fall. Brandon Hagel, he's got too much of an ego and lets it get to his head too easily. The little, the thing where he was doing the little guy thing. I think he was actually just predicting the height of the guy that would score on him in overtime, which is Lane Hudson. He's 5'8". I think that's what he was referring to. I'm not, the little guy thing and the this. I think you're saying I'm falling asleep because I can't see the little guy scoring on me in game 3 to take the series lead.
What a shot!
Yeah, that's some proper bench banter right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Big fan of that.
Yeah. Tyler, I feel like you have a few things to say about anything that we just spoke about.
Do I have a few things to say about Montreal?
Utah
I
or
think
Habs?
I don't really have much to say on Habs because I'll be honest, I'm in and out of a few series. I think I had a little more to say about Pittsburgh Philly because that is
Well, go ahead then.
Oh, what
What
a
a game.
series.
What a
what a
series, yeah.
series, man.
What a series. What a
Oh
game
my
that was
God.
last night, too.
It's so funny to me that and they avoided the sweep. Good job on them at least for that, I
Yes.
guess. So I had them winning in 6 or 7, I believe, at Pittsburgh. Yeah, that shit went out the window. That shit went out the fucking window, didn't it? Because I didn't account for 2 things. Number 1, I assumed that the Pittsburgh's formula of their star power overpowering their very weak depth would translate to at least one series win. You can make that bet. You know it to be true. You looked at that roster coming in and you're like, it's kind of mid. It
Not
they
so
weren't even
deep.
checking to make it. I thought the power Crosby and Malkin. Malkin, yikes, yikes, brother. Trumpets are playing a little bit for you. I'm gonna be honest with you. They've done their best, the star power, but the depth is just not enough. And there's another I knew that Philly had better goaltending, but I still thought that they had enough to really get over that hump of beating the goaltending. Number 2, Porter Martone.
Nobody expected this kid to be as good as he is. I don't think a single person on this planet thought
It's
Porter Martone was going to be that guy.
I think the funny thing is that I just expected him to be what a guy like Taka would normally do, like put him in and start teaching him lessons and shit. And but Rick
Wasting his
Tocchet did the
potential and
thing.
ruining his career, yeah. Typical
Rick
Tocchet.
Rick Tocchet surprised me and how he's managing Martone. He's just letting the kid do what he's been doing his entire fucking life. And look at that. Look at how it's translating. Lisa Nalgayev, all right? Porter Martone, he owns the city of Pittsburgh. He's going to own the city
Well,
of
hold on. The
Pittsburgh for
series is not
years to
over
come.
yet. The series is not over
Series
yet.
ain't over.
That's
Do
why
you
they play
really
the
think that
games.
Pittsburgh is going to come back and take this?
That's why they play the games, buddy.
When you make it to the dance, anything
Well,
is possible, my friend.
Listen, we've seen it. We've seen it with a certain team in Capital City that said they wanted to face Carolina in the first round.
I did
Curious.
not want to face Buffalo because I don't want to be harassed. Because I wanted a stress-free playoff loss. I'm going to be honest with you. Win or loss.
Can
Now
we
they took
talk
your
about
gift.
You think Carolina
we-
Hurricanes fans are going to think about us after? No. So
They don't have fans, but
here's the other thing too that Pittsburgh. I really thought Pittsburgh would have taken because I thought Sydney would have mustered. I thought Sydney would have overpowered them. You know, the power of Crosby, Malkin, Carlson, who was lights out for the last few months, returning to near Norris form. Probably not going to be in Norris consideration, but you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Another series I want to talk about. I want to talk about Vegas a little bit because it's so funny to me. I had them on a upset alert. I don't even think it still might not happen. So, Vegas. I mean, the last 3 games have shown me that who could have guessed that Carter Hart wasn't the answer to your goaltending woes? I mean, I get it. Aiden Hill's still shit, but it's like they don't really have a system. Who could have guessed that just getting all these star players, not building a cohesive system, prospect pool, building a real hockey team would not work? Who said that? Oh, wait, I've said that for the longest time because all they do, again, the big name hunting, and Carter Hart just trying to build these things together. You see what I mean? It's just all confusing. It's a mess, and look how it's translating. A team like Utah, who's young, who's hungry, capitalizing off terrible goaltending, a weak system, and you know what? I actually non-game related. I want to talk about what was it? What do they call it? The Zamboni thing? What
the
is it?
Zamet?
The
The
Zamet.
Zamet.
That
That's-
shit
that's
is
hard.
fucking
Zamet?
peak.
That's hard.
It is
Yeah,
the
it's-
single coolest thing I have seen all year.
Hey, they know how to
That
market
shit
themselves.
goes
They know how to market
crazy.
themselves.
You know what, baby? I've been saying it since day one. I'm riding the Zamet till the wheels fall
The
off.
Zamet,
I was
baby.
there.
I think
I
Ryan
was
Smith
there.
has only been in this league for 2 years, and he's already one of the better owners. I think
It's
he's a guy.
only 2 years, and he's instantly a top 5 team owner. Period.
I agree with
All
that.
time.
Wait, who?
Actually.
Who is it
That's
again?
not ridiculous to say. Ryan Smith, the guy who owns the
Who-
Mammoth.
Who owns the
Look at a
Mammoth?
guy, don't get me
Wow.
wrong. I don't like parts of the arena, how it was constructed, but in the
Like
end,
what?
this is a guy who's very passionate about hockey, who wanted to turn this franchise around. Like, don't get me wrong, the Yotes gave him the blueprint and the prospects to do so, but he still built the system and he built up a fan base to get them to where they are now. I see him all the time on Twitter. He's like, listen, you've never been to a game before? Tweet at me a reason why you want to come. I'll bring you to my suite. He's like very
Wow.
committed to getting people in the arena as much as possible. This is a
The
guy who's
jersey exchange, the jersey
jersey
exchange
exchange.
for Vegas fans, that was nails. That was
That
dynamite.
was
that was
because
hard.
suddenly the Mormons that live in the state of Utah all saw that there was a hockey team nearby and bandwagoned onto Vegas because they were the closest. Now
Yeah.
that there's a team in their city, they've
Communication.
already bought the Vegas
So-
jersey and are invested. Nails to get them to
So-
trade their
Wow.
jerseys in.
The exchange,
Absolute dynamite.
they're donating. They actually donated the Vegas jerseys too away. The ones that got
To
exchanged.
where?
Nails. Dynamite. Just dynamite.
I think
Unbelievable.
he's just a marketing genius. He's just he's just abusing social media, and he's like abusing the idea of like big events where it's like, oh yeah, Vegas fans, guess what? You got a team now. You're playing. They're playing Vegas. Jump the bandwagon. We got Keller. We got Paterka. We got Sergachev.
Let's get it
Exciting
moving.
team.
We've got
got a better
Cooley and
goal
Gunther
horn.
and Uyghur and Schmaltz and Kraus. We got a whole packed
think
house in
he's-
Utah.
I think he's done what he's
That was
can
nice,
to
Andrew. That was
build an
nice.
organization that wants to build an exciting hockey team. I think the most important thing here is he was building an exciting hockey team, and that matters in a market like Utah. You got to build a team that's exciting.
And-
That's how you get people in.
And you know what? A part of me is heartbroken just seeing that my
know.
Coyotes were only 2 years away from
They were.
absolute greatness. Just
But-
2 years away.
But the thing is,
2 years.
devastating. But the problem is the state of Arizona did not show up.
State of Arizona absolutely showed up. Every game was sold out after they moved to the college arena.
Okay, how many tickets?
The state of Arizona cared.
That's-
They
they
cared
had-
about their hockey
Their jerseys
team.
were
How-
fly
if
as
they-
hell
How many
too.
tickets are sold?
If they put up a better on ice product and it
Yes.
didn't take them 15 years to get to where they are right
I
now,
will
the
admit,
state would have cared a whole lot more.
Mostly-
But man, it hurts.
90% of the problem there was always the owner. I never liked the owner.
It hurts.
I know it
Hmm.
hurts.
The
Problem
is
Coyotes
always
the owner,
jerseys
though.
was fly as hell
Gentlemen, breaking news coming out of Philly.
What?
Tocchet is benching Mitkov.
What?
Tocchet is
No, he's
benching
not.
Michkov. He
No.
has no points in 4 games. He's putting Tyson Forrester in the roster.
Shit, where are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Who tweeted that?
Yeah, I'm thehockeynews.com.
Fuck.
Michkov
No.
is
Oh my
out,
god.
dude. Michkov is out. Look, the kid hasn't been himself. He's not playing physically. What I liked about Michkov, Philly fans are going to combat us on this. This is what I have to say about Michkov. I think this kid is not an expert at anything. In a weird sense, I sort of think of Michkov as like a Sidney Crosby type, where he is very, very talented at a lot of things, but he's not necessarily the greatest at one particular thing. He's not the best guy to take shots from the circle. He's not the
No.
best guy to take shots from in front of the net. He's not the best net front guy. He's not a guy who is expert, in defensive play, but he's very talented at a wide breadth of things.
I
And
don't know.
I don't know. I feel
I
like
don't think Tocchet knows what to
Philly
do with
has a
him.
lot. Philly has a lot riding on this kid, and Tocchet is wasting his time.
Tocchet doesn't know what to do with him. This is what I mean. I'm shocked about what's going on with Martone. It's because I've seen what's going on with Michkov. I think the problem with Michkov is Tocchet's trying to make him play a form of hockey on the wrong side that he's just not comfortable with. If you keep trying to force a player to be something they're not, it's just not going to work out. Like, don't get me wrong, there are players who can have defensive aspects to their game and improve on those fronts, but never be the defensive gurus that Tocchet wants Michkov to be. Because now Michkov is now regressed into a cherry-picking merchant, a guy who's struggling on deep, struggling in every aspect of his game. It's just, I think you got to reevaluate that in the offseason and be like, okay, we have this kid we drafted 5th overall. We got
Seventh.
Martone. We got a great top 6 that we can work with. Question now is, how do I get the best hockey out of this kid? There's a way to do it. It's been proven. You can get
You
You can get 30, 40 goals out of Michkov. He could become that guy.
Well, Michkov's also fat and out of shape.
Are you talking about Montembeau or Michkov?
Both, actually. You thought you were going to get me with that one. I'm just going to agree.
Alex Ovechkin was pumping Subway and cookies into his system most of his life. Look how that turned out.
And it worked
All
out.
right? It does not. Look at Phil Kessel. Had the Iron Man streak when he was sipping Diet Pepsi on the fucking bench.
Hey, it was diet.
Sorry, so gentlemen, I misspoke earlier. I said Tyson Forrester. No, Michkov is scratched for Noah Cates, a tweener who should be familiar.
Really?
Who should be familiar to fans of both Toronto and Ottawa, because that guy has
I
had
know.
quite the journeyman AHL career.
So,
wow, I don't know, man.
Are they just really okay? Are they overreacting to what happened yesterday?
He's their 13th forward.
Do you think this is an overreaction to yesterday?
No, you have the series in your hands still. Like, you just need to win one more. Could be an overtime. You just need to win one more.
But
you need a guy that can contribute. Tocchet has made it clear that he needs to contribute in Tocchet's way.
okay,
And
Listen, I trust
Michkov
Rick
doesn't seem to
Tocchet.
be.
so are you looking at a more defensive approach with this bottom six then?
Well, clearly, if you don't have Michkov in the top six.
You're benching a guy who's been struggling on defense all year. You're trying to bring in Noah Cates. I boldly assume that Noah Cates is not playing top 6 fucking minutes.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Fourth line. I'm gonna go fourth line. No, there's no way you.
Listen,
really?
I trust Rick Tocchet. Look what he's done. Look what he did in Vancouver when he was there.
Yeah, you know what? Rick Tocchet has done no wrong for the city of Vancouver. I fully trust Rick Tocchet, and I thank him for his contribution to making my bracket stay 100% correct so far.
Wow.
Thank you, Rick.
Boys, so if you're a guy like Michkov though, and you're dealing with a coach who's going to be around long after this,
I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. I'm walking into the GM's after Game 7 when Pittsburgh take the series back.
Are you going to walk into Danny Briere's office and say, "Send me somewhere else"?
I'm walking into Briere's office and saying, "I'm done with this. You got to pick. It's me or him. You're gonna pick right now." Because this is inexcusable.
Like, if you're Danny Briere, who do you choose?
I mean, the city of Philadelphia has a lot riding on this little Russian. They have a lot riding on this little Russian. And Rick Tocchet has made a career out of ruining the careers of young players. In an effort to teach them to play the game the right way and to be tough on the ice, he has ruined countless Vancouver Canucks players, which admittedly I am overjoyed about. But at some point, it's got to go. It's got to go. He's got to go. I don't know if management needs to have a sternly worded conversation with him saying, "Hey, buddy, let the kid have his fun out there." I don't know if you just trade the kid outright and let him experience the world as it is.
So if you trade the kid outright, you got to center your offense around Martin, which is, again, that's fine. That's not an issue itself. But the issue
they did it with Giroux.
Drafted the kid at the what was it, middle point?
But where's
of your
Giroux now?
rebuild. That's not a very win now decision, and especially if you're a team that's proven that you can make the playoffs. But do you think?
Go on, finish your thought.
I think my thought there is just, how are you going to manage the score? Because I remember DeBoer last year, Ottinger had that rough start and it cost them the series. He walked into their office. He's like, "I want this goalie gone. He's costing us series. We're not going to win with him. It's me or Ottinger." And they're like, "All right, bro, have fun on the job markets." So
wow.
I just see it playing that way out with Danny Briere, because you're just like, okay, well, I could choose between this coach makes life hell for rookies, or I could choose the rookie I invested a lot of time and resources on building around.
But like I don't think Philly wants to win now. I don't think Philly even expected to be in the playoffs at this point. Like, you've got so many young guys. You've got Barkey and Luchenko, and you've got Oliver Bonk, who's still so young, and Alex Bump, who's still so young. Like, there are so many guys on this roster who are young, and they're not reclamation projects. These aren't like 24, 25-year-olds you're trying to make work. Like, these are young, raw, talented prospects. I don't think they want to win now. I think they just need to take their time, let the kids figure out where they're going, and then make the decision from there. I mean, yes, naturally, you're going to pick up better players and make the team stronger as you go along. It can't all be in the hands of like a dozen 20-year-olds, right? But
Right.
if you're Philly, you can't let Michkov go. This kid is a star. This kid is this is the sort of player that people are clowning other teams for not drafting. Like, why did Montreal draft Reinbacher? Why did Arizona at the
Reinbacher.
time, now Utah, sorry, thank you. I'm drunk. I'm slurring my words. Why did Arizona draft Simashev? You know, do you take Michkov over Carlson, knowing that Michkov would end up coming to North America anyway? Because the big problem was, would he leave Russia, right? That was the concern. Is he going to leave Russia? And if he is, when's he going to leave Russia? Look, he's fucking out of Russia. They got everything they wanted on the kid. You gotta put something into him. You gotta tell Tocchet to settle down here. Because this kid is special. This kid is different. Watching Michkov play as someone who doesn't watch Philly hockey is just a treat. It's like I'm eating candy. I've eaten enough of it. I want more.
All right, so this would be the time where we usually do Scrub of the Week, but this week we're going to do something different. We're going to be doing reverse Scrub of the Week, which is, let's give props to someone who deserves it, or to something, something positive for once, for a change. And why not I start? Josh Anderson, you are my reverse Scrub of the Week pick this week. Josh, Peter the Horse is here, Anderson.
Peter, the horse is here.
Oh, yeah.
My guy, you laying bodies on the ice, giving it your all, just really playing out there, hungry for it, hungry for revenge of that first round exit last year. Tyler, who's your reverse Scrub of the Week?
I gotta go with Ulrich. There's literally no other choice for me, and that's not really a statement on the man himself, but it's like, he elevated, man. He just,
Yes.
what a playoff riser truly he was. That was a legacy series by Linus Ullmark. It's such a damn shame they didn't win a single game for him, because you look at his stats. He had a 2?
High
Goals
90s.
against average. He had a 930. Any other series and any other offense would have gotten at least a win or two off a goalie playing that insane, even if it's against a team like Carolina.
Yeah.
It's just so disappointing. I think the most disappointing part about the Sens is that they let down a guy who had been criticized all year for his play, who stepped up in the moment, and they didn't support him in the process.
The
Good
lights
for
were
Ullmark.
bright. Ullmark was brighter. Juicy. Here, talk to me.
My king of the week, my reverse Scrub of the week, I should say, is the guy that threatened me in the grocery store yesterday. A lot of you don't know this, but Zach and I met through
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. We met through Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had a good event, nice spot, beautiful part of the city.
Yes.
We went to a bar after and had a few, celebrated the loss of the Ottawa Senators. And when we were done, I had to run to the grocery store to get some food for the week. I was on the phone with my mother, wearing a Toronto Maple Leafs baseball cap, talking shit as a Leafs fan would do when the Sens get knocked out of the playoffs. And I had just watched it. And this guy, this little imbecile of a human being, it's a miracle that this guy was able to crawl out of his mother's womb and build a life for himself. He's a little older than me. You'd have to see the guy to be able to make fun of him. But I'm talking shit. And he looks over at me, Sens jersey, baseball cap on. He goes, "Hey, man, you better be careful what you say about other people's hockey teams." His girlfriend or his wife, I can't imagine that guy being married looking at him. It had to have been his girlfriend.
Or his
She was
sister.
not impressed and she walked away. I'm hoping it was his sister. You know what? Maybe, yeah, we're going to stick with sister. I'm not going where I want to go. But
No.
I looked at the guy and I said, "What the fuck are you going to do, bud?" And he backed off.
Funny, I fully believe you would say that.
Reverse Scrub of the week was that guy trying to macho me in front of his girlfriend in the grocery store, and in the process getting humiliated. I'm a 25-year-old alcoholic with a receding hairline, and I weigh 300 pounds, and that guy got clowned on by me. You are the king of the week for even trying. Props to you for trying. That's my king of the week.
Juice, who's your vote then?
My vote's got to be Ullmark. I'm sorry. He had the series of a lifetime. Guy was unreal. Props to him, seriously, after the amount of shit that I talked about in the last 2 weeks. Look, he put up when the lights were brightest. Good for him.
Yeah. Tyler, who's your vote?
I mean, Josh Anderson, don't get me wrong, because he was a guy I shit talked for years because I didn't like his
Yeah.
contract, and he regressed to a bottom six checking forward who has been performing well for Montreal. But this guy tried to like go toe to toe with Juicy in
Size
the middle
up
of a
with
goddamn
Andrew.
grocery store. Like, how does one compete with that?
Simply unbelievable. Zach,
my
I think
God.
I know where your vote is going to go too.
Tyler, I want to give you your first Scrub of the Week win. Tyler, I want to. Juicy,
What?
though. Call you the Florida Panthers. You're going back to back, buddy, because my vote is for that guy at the grocery store. Congratulations, Juicy, for
Two
back
in
to
a row,
back.
baby.
It's just
Two in a
so-
Back
row.
to back Scrub
It
of
is
the
so
Week
funny
titles.
because I've only known you for over a month, and I'm like, that's the most believable Juicy story I think I've ever heard in my life.
When you're, I wasn't even looking at the guy. I didn't see him down the aisle. I was in the aisle where all the soda was because I needed Diet Coke to mix with my rye. And this guy thought he could
That's
do
rye's pretty
something
good.
to me, but
I just like that this guy was trying to mean mug you in the middle of the fucking soda aisle.
he was wearing, full Sens garb. And if I see him again, this is a
Link him,
message to
link
you,
him, link
Mr.
him, link him, link him this.
Mr. King of the Week. If I see you in the grocery store again, have a conversation with me. And I mean a conversation. I don't mean anything funny. None of the funny business. I want to know what you were trying to do in saying that to me. I want to know what you were thinking when you told me that I couldn't have a nice conversation about the loss of your poverty franchise with my mother. Let me know.
Listen, let's hope this
Please
clip goes
let me
viral
know.
so that he sees this.
I wish that were a joke.
I know. I fully believe you. I fully believe you.
You'd have to see this fucking guy. Do you guys remember Criminal Minds?
Oh my
My
God.
God.
The dorky computer guy, Matthew Gray Gubler or Matthew Gray Gulbers.
No.
He looked like
That's worse.
him, that body size and shape, a little thinner with glasses and
All
shorter
right.
hair. That fucking guy.
Next
Like
week,
I
I'm
don't
pulling
know.
up
I
your-
don't know what he was trying to do.
You know what? Next week, I'm going to that grocery store with you. I'm finding that guy. You're running the Oklahoma. You're running the Oklahoma.
Attaboy, Tyler. There we go. That is just fucking. Yeah, what was that guy thinking? Was he? Do you guys think if someone said that to you, was that like someone trying to start a fight with you? Because that's
Bro,
how
I
I took it.
laugh
I
at
thought he
them.
was trying to go. Like, I'm from Scarborough.
Dude.
I'll put blood in your mouth.
I would just laugh, and I'm gonna be real with you. I think this is just me not being
I would just
violent
pull up with
person.
this.
It's just
I'd pull
I
up
think
with
I just
this.
laugh and leave. Like, bro, what are you're gonna fight me in the middle of this grocery store because I said your team got swept and it didn't look good?
It is true. It's true.
Bro.
There's no lies told.
You need therapy. You need therapy. Like, there's just no way
His-
around it.
And his girlfriend was not impressed.
Bro, it's the
She,
fact
Anyways.
that
she
you
walked
walked away.
clean
Listen, man,
off.
if I tried to mean mug somebody and the person I was with walked away, that's just an instant oral loss out the gate. You can't
It's
recover from
done.
that.
You're
Nobody
done.
by your side. No.
The Bench Banter Show brought to you by Big Juicy, the Toronto Maple Leafs fan with a little bit of confusion. Zach NH, so the Habs fan with absolutely zero confusion. And Big Tyler himself, the man with no confusion who wants his hockey team to win more games next year than they did this year. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.
Right.